How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to some more Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. In today's video, we are going to make our way up this lighthouse and fall. Let's try that again. But we're going to make our way through this lighthouse and acquire a new invention. Now, some of these jumps are a little finicky, but I think I should be able to do this. Hopefully. Yep, got her. Now, I don't remember for certain. Oh, I guess you just do that. Just gonna say don't remember for certain how we get up there, but I guess it's just a matter of jumping. And somehow the water lowered down there. So I guess it was just, I don't know actually. I don't know why it just went down immediately. But nobody is monitoring this lighthouse. So it's up to Scooby-Doo to make his way inside and find out what horrors await. Now, for this lighthouse, what you want to do is normally just clear out the enemies first, and then raise the light bulb up. So, that is what we're going to do. I'm just going to run up all these steps to carry the Ghost of Captain Cutler. Another one. And then a caveman. Tar monster. And witch. And then I'm gonna come up here, bash into the light bulb. Alright. Let's see if I can do this. It's not terribly difficult, but you just gotta be quick. So far, so good. Alright, let's see. And Professor Super Smash Invention, which is the game's smash attack. And now we're in the lighthouse basement. Or something like that. Either way, it's a little spooky. Too spooky, you could even say. But we can now use the smash attack to take care of enemies. Oh. Shouldn't have jumped. But it's okay, because it's not like we have to restart very far. Oops. this is gonna get us a little shortcut back to Mystic Manor. At least I think it's a shortcut to Mystic Manor. I also don't know why all these little platforms are out to get Scooby. Yeah, I don't know how these shortcuts work exactly, but I'm glad they're there. So, we will come back to that area at some point. But, I believe we are going to have a pit stop to make in just a moment. I don't know if there's much we can do over here at the moment, but we'll take a little peek, because maybe there's something. I guess it's just getting these Scooby snacks, because it's this next area past that door where there's not really much we can do at the moment. So, now we are going to make our way I believe here. And we will need another invention at some point, but for now, let's just see where this goes. Don't know who put all these little switches there for the gates, but perhaps someone was really worried about something, and that is an interesting word there that I don't know if it's seen in any other places, because it's different than the one that we wrote on. So, who knows what the story behind it might be, if anything exciting. But this is a cool little level, and I always like these backgrounds, because you can always see part of a different level. Could have been dangerous. Alright, so now that sets that up for us. So now we can ride this platform back here and use it to progress to the next area. And I think if you come back from the next level of this area, I don't think this platform will move, so I don't think there's any backtracking you're able to do, but maybe it starts off moving, but yeah, I don't know. But we do have some environmental hazards here, such as falling rocks and platforms that will most certainly break because they were not built very well. We're gonna have to get that snack. this is kind of a scary looking park that I don't know if you want your children to be playing at. It's rather poorly built in some areas. So, who knows the story behind this place? The world may never know. I also don't know why there's infinite amounts of falling rocks. Almost fell there. Would have been dangerous. But these waterside levels are pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Gives you a small taste of what's to come, without being overly tedious. Although I do think this game would do well with a remaster. Sometimes you can make that jump, otherwise there's an invention we'll get that'll allow us to make it there in an easier, intended way. Yeah, didn't make it. That's okay. You'll notice a lot of these levels are short, but then you'll come across some that are a little bit longer. Like, I think this one might be a tad bit longer. But, believe it or not, this area is gonna be where next boss fight is. So, it's coming up. This arrow is pointing this direction, although it looks like it's pointing at the wall. Just gotta be careful not to be hit by these rocks, and you'll be fine. I don't know what the point of this is. Might be something for a later invention. Then you gotta be careful timing your jumps. Some of these. I also don't really know what's controlling these things to make them move back and forth. Perhaps it's a ghost. Speaking of ghosts, Scooby-Doo. I just watched Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo show, Vampire Bats and Scaredy Kids, and I gotta say, when I was younger, that episode used to scare the crap out of me. Like, I don't really think any other Scooby-Doo episodes did, but for some reason, that Vampire Bat and the guy's niece, when she turns into a vampire, that was terrifying for me. Like, I would always hate watching the episode, but at the same time I wanted to because it was Scooby-Doo, but something about it was just really, really scary. And now that I'm older, it doesn't bother me anymore, but still, it's interesting, those things that scared us when we were younger, that now don't really seem to have too much effect. And I like these little reflections on the rocks. Makes you wonder what they could do remastering a game like this. How it might look with today's graphical standards. because that would make this a lot easier. But this is the reason why we'll need another invention right there. So it's fortunate that we do have that warp gate right behind us. So now it should respawn us back at the end if I do fail here, which I probably will, but you never know. So 1, 2, 3, but 3 rocks in is where we need to jump back. Oh, we gotta go to the left there. But this does make it a bit faster. So it's to the left of the rock. And then this way. Don't know if we'll have time to get everything though. Oh, we did. Very nice. Alright. Now I gotta think about where we need to go. Because it has been a hot minute. Let me think. I know we can get there from the lighthouse, but I thought there was another way. But I don't remember what way that is off the top of my head. So I'll just go on this way. Now I think it's in that fishing area where the switch was broken. I believe that is where we would need to go. Because they each drop down into this area, I believe. I think that's how it works. And these... That's the ghost of Captain Moody. And don't want to forget that snack there. We cannot do anything there at the moment, so we will come back eventually. But this is a very spooky little dungeon area. Perhaps where the professor's victims are all put to rest or to suffer. I don't really know. Don't know that I want to know either. The gargoyle. Oops. Whoops. Now I believe the snack gate, or not the snack gate, this little passage here, I'll just take us, to the first little room here again. But now we can actually open the gate. Oh no. This is up here. Actually, I don't know how we get to that other area then. I don't know if I'm going to make it up here. I can hope. Thankfully I had some invincibility frames there. Otherwise I may not have made it. these are invincibility frames. And the invention here is the professor's plunger. So now we can walk up that slippery ramp that was in the spooky cave area. So that is gonna do it for this video. So I want to thank you guys all for watching and hope that you have a good rest of your day.